Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
It's been a while since we've been able to do an inquiry.
It has.
Yeah, so this may be our last chance this year. You said something a little earlier today that piqued my interest. I believe you said something to the effect of, we're doing this today so that politicians can get back to gerrymandering their districts.
Correct.
Okay. So do you believe that our maps are gerrymandered as they currently exist?
I do.
Okay. Who drew those maps, gentlemen?
A combination of a partisan commission and then revisions made by a court.
Revisions made by a court.
Yep.
Okay. So ultimately, appellate judges drew the maps.
The final version, yes.
All right.
But based on drafts that were done by a
we'll
partisan
get to that,
commission,
gentlemen.
correct?
Sure. Not necessarily, but so let's.
Have reason
let's just,
to believe otherwise?
Yeah, I do. In fact, we can go to the process that the appellate judges
Great.
went through a little later, but I just want to figure out, since we have gerrymandered maps and the appellate judges drew the maps, I want to know which judges gerrymandered the districts. So we have Judge Lisa White Hardwick, appointed by Bob Holden. She was the chairman of that commission. Did she gerrymander the districts?
I think you're missing the point that I'm making, that they were gerrymandered by the process of the first drafts.
But,
And that the courts
Gentlemen,
mitigated
it's
that
interesting,
by
okay?
reducing the amount of
Because-
gerrymandering.
All right.
But that they're still gerrymandered districts. And if you're going to suggest to the voters of Missouri that our districts aren't gerrymandered, I dare you to go door to door and tell your constituents that your districts are not gerrymandered.
Gentlemen,
I dare you to look at a map where one district wraps around another district, where one member of our body has to drive through 3 other people's districts to get to his polling place from his house. I dare you to say that those are not gerrymandered maps.
Gentlemen, let's go through the process those judges went to draw those maps. So I'm sure you listen to St. Louis Public Radio. You've probably been on St. Louis Public Radio, much like I have.
Yep.
Okay. So Jason Rosenbaum recently did a story. Is he in the gallery? There he is. There he is. He is here in the chamber today. Mr. Rosenbaum did a story on how the judges drew those maps, and he received a testimony from James Welsh, who was a judge that was on that panel. And I'm just going to read you some quotes from that testimony. We conducted a public hearing in Jefferson City. We desired to address the legal requirements above all else. We wanted the districts that were nearly equal in population as possible. We wanted them compact and contiguous as possible, complying with federal voting rights laws. The only way that we thought we could balance these requirements was to start with a clean map. While the demographers offered to provide some history of prior political affiliation of the population, we chose not to have that information provided to us as we drew our maps, thereby removing any consideration of a political affiliation in our analysis. So tell me, gentlemen, which judge gerrymandered the maps?
I don't know, gentlemen, but I can
That's
tell
right,
you
you
they're
don't know
gerrymandered.
because you made it up. The Democrats made this up, and they have been
Gerrymandered
lying
doesn't
about
exist,
this
gentlemen, huh?
from the beginning.
That's a powerful
The
statement.
maps have not been gerrymandered. It was a scam. And now we need to give our constituents an opportunity to vote on a fair process. Thank you.